We have a great product in the shop that we're excited to share with you. Check it out on our site.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? So, first off, if you have not already, go reserve your copy of Void Beast Chapter 4. I am having it on pre-order. That was weird. I am having it. We have it on pre-orders right now. I just got off work. Oh, well, business stuff. I don't really have. I typically don't work for anybody, so it is what it is. But we're taking pre-orders for Void Beast Chapter 4. If you have not already got your first one throughout the series and all that good stuff, you can get those downloaded versions and all that good stuff on akachicomics.com. But pre-order it and everything. So I'm gonna try not to be on here like Wednesday. I'm just trying to hop on real quick because some stuff that was on my mind and everything. But so yeah, I'm gonna just get to it. The second half of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I believe, is 6. Either way, Stone Ocean with our one of our favorite Joestars, Jolie. The second part has come out on Netflix. Now, if you have not seen it or you don't watch it, okay. But if you have not seen it, just get out of here. Don't come on here. Don't talk about nothing about spoiling because I'm talking about everything because it's part of what I do and it's just gonna happen. I'm talking about everything. So this second half has come out and is basically Jolene and crew finding out that Poochie is White Snake White Snake. But I wanted to talk. And so far, it's from what I remember reading about the manga, it's pretty close. They added some extra stuff, but for the most part, to me, it's pretty close. And the thing about it, though, is that I'm looking at it, and this one, I like Jolene. At the beginning, when I read the manga, and even on the anime, I didn't like Jolene at the start. Because I was like, she about as bad as her daddy was. It's like, Jesus. And that's understandable, because I didn't care for Jotaro at the very beginning of Stardust Crusaders. I was like, this guy's a damn jerk. Excuse me. I didn't care much for him. So it started out the same way. And then when she seen everything that was going on with her father, the people and what she's, and that people, and then that her boyfriend was playing games with her and everything, she started changing and maturing a lot from everything she had to deal with. So I'm like, okay, Jolene is cool. But my main one in this season, or in even when I was reading it, was Foo Fighter, the one they call FF on the Netflix one. She was my favorite one, the Plankton one. That was my favorite one. And seeing this past part with Foo Fighter, well, what happened, I was just like, oh God, this part is gonna be hard, because I did not like, even when I was reading it, the thing about Araki's writing, and he's my Araki is my favorite mangaka. So y'all can have whoever else. Araki is my boy. And his writing, after reading like the first one, then reading Jolene's and everything, and then watching them, it's like, man, somebody important is always going to die. And the thing about it is, I've gotten to a point where, especially after, what is it, Battle Tendencies, when Caesar died, I was like, why y'all do this to me? Why y'all do this? Because when when the first Zapelli with Jonathan died, I was like, oh man, that's messed up. Dang, everybody getting jacked. They dead. Oh, that's messed up. But then when Caesar died, I was like, oh my God. And then so I just started getting used to him killing people off. And then he proceeded to kill people off. And the seasons that got me the most were Stardust Crusaders and the one with Jorno with Golden Wind. That one messed me up. The people that died on Golden Wind, I was like, why you do that? Why you do that? It messed me up. So in this season, stuff that happened, I'm like, it was kind of like with Josuke. I know I'm jumping all over the place. It was like, like the people I liked. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm speaking too fast. I'm just all over the place. It wasn't like Josuke because this one I cared about. The one in Diamonds Unbreakable, I didn't care about that. But this one I cared about. But my thing that I really want to talk about was like, now there's this thing where it's like folks are kind of like, it seems like folks are kind of trying to take away from like that Stone Ocean is like the known bad one. Like Stone Ocean is not that great. Like you can call it whatever. Even reading it, like certain parts were just hard to get through. It was hard to get through. Like where they're at now at the end of this season before they bring the new ones in, with the whole thing about Jolene like only remembering threes after Poochie got the baby and everything and the bone and stuff, and Jolene only being able to hold three memories. That part was excruciating to read. And the reason why was because I felt like it slowed down the pace. Like Poochie had just found out everything, and then they got this random stand. Like out of nowhere, Poochie was like, I'm done, I'm out of here. There was nothing that made me think. I was like, okay, she gonna get out or she gonna figure out how to get out. But it just seemed like at that moment it wasn't necessary. And then what's about to come up, like animation wise, I'm like, oh God, this isn't. It's like I'm not ready to see that part. The ending part, I'm like, okay. But these next couple of stand users and fights, I'm like, I don't know. So this one, like I said, reading through it, this one just kind of, it seemed like Araki was just kind of throwing stuff at the wall, and he was ready to be over with this part of the Joestars. Just me feeling that, because even like the people like the people. I mean, Texas. I don't know what she talking about. Like even the people that are on Jolene's side, like I felt for one, and that was Foo Fighter and kind of in Hermes kind of outside. Well, no, that's not true. Cause I like Weather Report. I like Weather Report, but it was just kind of like the stuff that was going on with him. I was like, when it was happening, reading it, the stuff that's going to happen later on, as far as him learning more about his powers and his background. I was like, okay, I like the background part, but his powers and stuff, I was like, okay, this is what? All right. Compared to Steel Ball Run, where everything like the pacing and stuff on Steel Ball Run was really, really good. And I like even the side people that they pop up. Even Poco Loco's goofy, but it was just dumb. He was just an idiot. I liked him. And then I forgot the family stand users, the dudes with the horse, the one that was choking himself. Looked like he was choking himself. I like them. So on this season, it just seemed like Araki was just like, look, I'm about to be done with this. I want to wrap up this whole deal thing. So I'm gonna just throw all kind of stuff in there. And the stand and even the stand users was kind of like, so watching it, I wanted to make sure that I watched it, because it was like, okay, I read through it. Let me see how I feel after I see it. And the way Netflix done it is just horrible. It's just horrible. They done took it and split it up and made it so far out that it's like you almost make me don't care. Like the way that you're pacing this, and I don't think Netflix is helping it, but it's universally known in the JoJo community as the worst one. Plus, Netflix done messed it up to where you can only see it at what, once a year or something, and it's like this pacing ain't right. So I mean, I think that I liked how they portrayed Dio. That was cool. I want to see White. Dang, I forgot his name that quick. Poochie and Weather Reports. I want to see how they do their backgrounds. That's the part I'm waiting to see. Like the second half, I want to see that more than anything. But they got some old weird. They got some other stand users that's gonna be like, okay, and then like the Sports Max got, well, his name is Sports Maximum in the manga. That's another thing I didn't like. I didn't like that they changed these names. I never talked about that, but I didn't like that they changed a lot of these names and stuff on the Netflix one. I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is a FF? I know Foo Fighter. What is a Sports Maximum? I know what is a Pale Snake. Like I know White Snake, but it is what it is. I'm thinking about going more in depth because I'm thinking about going episode by episode and talking about it, but I'm like, I still want to do that with One Piece because One Piece, like I'm watching it and I'm keeping up, but I'm still kind of like, but I think I can't. I don't see how and I've seen a few people talk about, man, this one is great. I'm like, no, still. Okay, what'd you think about it? What'd you think about it? Because I like it. I like Jolene, uh, Foo Fighter, and Hermes and Red Report. But the main two I like is Jolene and Foo Fighter. I like Honestly, even though they got his name is Anastasia, which is, I was like, wow, y'all just butchering these names. But I just feel like, and I think it's, I mean, that's fine. I've already read the manga and I've already seen it up to whatever on Netflix. So I've already read it. So it's fine. You won't be, yeah, go ahead. You can say whatever. I feel like the story on this one was a little, because what Poochie is talking about, yeah, I mean, it is, but it was a cliffhanger, but it's not going to, after this, I want to, she goes, it gets back to other stuff, as far as her getting out. So I don't like that stand user that she's going up against now. I didn't feel like, even when I read it, I didn't feel like it was a cliffhanger for me personally. I felt like it slowed it down. So I was like, okay, Poochie's out, he's gone. So what do they do to get out? And it was like he was saying he didn't have any more use. So I was like, okay, there's not going to be anybody there. It's really whatever. But they put her there, and I was like, this is frustrating. Like, I don't want to read that you can only hold 3 memories. I didn't like that part. But I feel like that this story, go ahead. I feel like that this one is all over the place. Like what's Poochie is a Dio admirer. Yeah, I want Steel Ball Run too. That's what I want to see too. Like we know Poochie kicked it with Dio. He learned about what was going on, all that stuff. But it was like the whole heaven thing. After everything happened with Poochie running up on him. I'm guessing that the guards came. From what I remember, like the guards came and got him, and they went back because they were still like relatively close to the relatively close to the jail. So they took them back and they put them all in their rooms, and they put her and they had them locked down and stuff. And I think, what was it? She was in solitary for a while, something like that. But that's what was going on. And then now the new standard user has it where she only can remember certain parts, 3 memories, and she can't if she remembers something else, it drops the 3rd memory, and it just keeps going on and on like that. So like I said, that part I didn't whatever. But the stories is just all over the place. And now watching it, I'm seeing like this don't seem cohesive. Like the other ones, we knew what was going on up to a point. Like in Golden Wind, we knew that Diavolo had some wild stuff going on, but he wanted his daughter, tried to kill her. Oh yeah. Wanted his daughter, tried to kill her. We going on from there. Like I don't want anybody. But this one is like he's doing something which, if you haven't seen it, he's doing something, but you're like, what is all this, and what is he talking about? And I don't feel like they ever, like with the thing that got me also with Pale Snake was that yeah, I remember that part. Yeah, I remember. Yep, that was out of Memento. With White Snake, I said Pale Snake, and I refuse to call him Pale Snake. It's White Snake. With White Snake was that I was like, okay, he a stand user, and is his ability to discs. So Dio showed him using the discs, but it's like, is it the disc, or is he strong, or is it both? Because it's like, I don't feel like they ever really explained that with him. But I still like Poochie, and I hope they stick to the background on why he is the way he is soon with in the next couple episodes. So I'm hoping, like you were just talking about words, like you were talking about how they left on a cliffhanger. I'm hoping that this last batch, I doubt it though. I doubt it. But I hope that they're like the last. Yeah, I hope this is the last part, and they finish everything up in this second batch, because I don't. That'll be 3 years. It's like 1 year. I mean, like 3 years, 3 or 4 years. I'm like, come on, man, we could have been done with this, but no. And the stands on this one were confusing. Yeah, that one was. Yeah, I was like, I was like, okay. Even looking at it, I still was like, so is it the old man? Is it the dragon? Is it? I understand that he can figure out like the perfect spot to hit a person and do all that. Like I understand that part. And but it was like, okay, is it him or is it the dragon? Because like he creates the feng shui and then he can hit the right spot. I'm like, eh. And like I said, I read it and I still was like, I'm not sure about this one. I ain't sure about this one. So, but people are like, yo, Netflix messed it up. I was like, no, that's the only thing I say Netflix messed up is the release schedule. Outside of that, that's what that anime is. That the manga ain't far off. They added some things, like what FF talking about when they were in the line, and Foo Fighter was talking about doing the opposite of stuff. I don't remember that in the manga. So they added some things, and I was like, okay, whatever, that's cool. But for the most part, this one was like, it was not the best. Like I said, I like Jolene and Foo Fighter. Some of them other stand folks, I've forgotten them, but I don't feel like that about like some of the ones on Golden Wind or even Still Bar Run. Yeah, I hope they don't do that to Steel Ball Run, because Steel Ball Run, like I remember a lot about what's going on with that one. In this one, and maybe I purposely got rid of Jolene's story because of what happens in the end, and I'm just like, no, I just don't. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. What are they talking about? My lady's texting me about some stuff, and I'm like, I'm not doing all that. Not doing all that. Um, but yeah, go. Hey, words. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say, because I'm gonna move on and stuff. Because I'm like, we're not gonna change up and act like this is Netflix or the anime. The anime was so good. No, Still Ball Run is universally known as one of the worst because of the stands and because of just the story and how it worked. And you go, and the more you see, the more you're going to be like, what? Like, huh? This is wild. Yeah, but I think it was a bad idea. It's like you should have just released it weekly and let it be what it is instead of doing this, because this is not the one. Like this one, like just the story of Stone Ocean is not the story to do this with, because it's all over the place. It's all over the place. And exactly. And there's so much going down in this story that you need to be able to pay attention to everything. And the closer it gets to the end, and even when it gets to the end, you're gonna be like, huh? What? How? They did what? And this happened? And it's just, and then with the dudes that are supposed to be Dio's kids and stuff, and it's just like you're gonna be like, what? He did what? He what? You need to be able to, and then everything's gonna go on with Weather Report. It's a lot that you're gonna have to be able to stay on to keep up with and understand, and that release schedule will not make it any better. And it is a bad part. It is bad on Netflix's behalf. I do agree with that. But still, even reading it, it was like some of this just seems kind of all over the place, Rocky. So I don't. So I'm. It is what it is with that. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep it moving with that. So I wanted to talk about. I was in my business. I do some stuff with like medical devices and stuff like that. And I was talking to this older guy that was a business psychologist, and he was talking about your rainmaker. In business psychology, it's your things that makes money, or it gets you over that hump with what's going on. That's the gist of what he explained to me. And whether you're creative or whatever, but since we talk about books and everything right now, you gonna have to find what your rainmaker is. You're gonna have to find what book, project, or whatever is your rainmaker. I know I transitioned from Jojo to this real quick, but follow me. You're gonna have to find out what your rainmaker is, because you need that money coming in, and you need to be able to focus. You need the rainmaker to bring that money in while you focus on the other things. And even if it's not bringing money in, it needs to be the thing that you can focus on to keep you going. And that's basically what he was telling me about. So I would say Void Beast right now is like my rainmaker, because I can release it, we can do whatever with it, and it's I'm just getting all these emails and messages and stuff, and I don't know what's happening. And and it's the main one that people know me for, and it's helped me. It's helped me continue to keep going, especially like with the Kickstarters on Void Beast and everything. And that's why I'm doing everything on my uh, website as well. Part of Void Beast being like my rainmaker is a thing where I need to be able to stand out on my own. And one of the things I want to represent with my rainmaker Void Beast and other things is I talk a certain way, and I always talk this way. And I really want, if you learn anything from me, is just like standing on your own too and doing it on your own. Like, if I can convey, if you can get that from me, I'm good. Because the thing about it is, I like Kickstarter and stuff like that. But even with me and my jobs, I had a job programming robots making like 90 or more a year, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me, because I don't want to solve anybody else's problem. I want to solve my own problems, and I want to be able to profit from my own work. And that's why I'm doing Void Beast on my website, because I need people I'm looking at, not just now, I'm looking at the long run, is because a lot of these sites, whether they're not going anywhere, they whatever, but they take money, they do whatever. But I want people to know my work and my rainmakers and stuff, which is Void Beast, to bring the money in and stuff. I want you to know it through me. And what I mean by that is through all of my brand, whether it's the Akachi website, whether it's the Akachi Comics website, whether it's the mailing list, stuff like that. I want it to be known through there. And it's going to be hard, and it's not the easiest, because Kickstarter is easier. Now, I don't like having to set up and do certain things, because for some reason it bothers the hell out of me. And I can reach people, but my thing is, if you're gonna only reach me, if I can only reach you through Kickstarter, do you really rock with me like that? Because I got some people like that have pre-ordered it, like, and all the names that I see that's pre-ordered it, they're about all the names that I would believe to. And there's some people that I've never met, and they'll follow me from Kickstarter to my mailing list, and they'll support me there, especially when it comes to Void Beast, because again, Void Beast is my rainmaker. Void Beast is the one that'll bring a couple of dollars in, and it'll keep things rolling and be able to kick the door open for the other projects that people want to see. But these people, they'll follow me from anything else, and then they'll follow me on my website. And I'm really big on that, because there's so many things that fluctuate and change. Whether it's Kickstarter might change how they feel one day and say, we got to change X, Y, and Z. And no, because I'll probably go back. I'll probably go back and try it out later or something. But right now, long run, I just want it to be on my website. And they'll change, and then like Facebook changes algorithms. What else is it? Instagram changes stuff. So I use my mailing list as a way in my website for me to be directly with my people, and they know where to find me at, no matter what else is going on. And the thing about it with Void Beast being my main rainmaker is that it's the one that kind of puts me out there, and then people come follow me for other my other stories as well. So when he was talking to me about it, I was like, okay, Void Beast, and then some other business stuff, some of my other business. I don't like putting everything I do out on business wise, because I'll say a little bit of stuff, but I don't need everybody knowing everything out there I'm doing business wise and how I get money and stuff and everything. It's nothing illegal or crazy. It's all pretty basic, but it's still like, but it's important, because that's what keeps you going. That's the story that, and unless you got one book, like I have a couple of books, but Void Beast is always the one I fall back on when it really, because I can talk about it all day, whatever. And then Extraordinary Messiah and Souls of Chaos. But I can jump between the three of them and always come back to Void Beast. Also because so many people have seen Void Beast, and it's moved a lot further than me, because of the lovely people that share and put it out there. And that's another thing. I want to tell y'all, thank you. All y'all that share my stuff, and all the people that done reserved it, that I done seen follow me on Kickstarter, follow me to my website and stuff. I appreciate y'all, because y'all, some of y'all don't even say nothing. Y'all just like, blam, I did it. You know, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. They just do it. And I appreciate y'all so much, because you guys are the ones that keep everything going. Void Beast may be my rainmaker, but y'all the clouds. y'all are the Void Beast is the rain. Y'all the clouds, because y'all make it happen. And if that makes sense, I probably don't even make no damn sense, but I want to say thank you to y'all, and especially y'all. Even if you share it and stuff, I appreciate it. So I appreciate it so much. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all that share it, y'all keep me going, and y'all keep this going because I couldn't do it on my own, for one. And then two, I appreciate y'all because a lot of y'all been on my stuff for a long time. And you've seen me say and do things. And a lot of people in this so-called comics industry, a lot of them are fickle, sensitive motherfuckers. Like that. That's just what it is. It's like they'll be supporting you one minute and everything is good. You say something that they don't like, and then suddenly they don't like you, and they not talking to you in public. They not talking to you in public. They don't want nobody to see the chick. They be inboxing you and all this other stuff, and then they don't share your stuff and not rocking, and supposedly not rocking with you no more. And it's like, come on. Did I say anything personal to you, to hurt you, to do anything to you? No. Then what's really going on? We can have discussions. We can change up whatever, but all that. But again, I'll get into that later. To my people that really that are supported, whether it's with sharing posts, sharing videos, sharing word of mouth, putting money down, pre-ordering and stuff. Because like I said, the people that done it, those are my people that have done it over the years. They're the ones that ask me. They're the ones that do it. So I appreciate that. And especially with Void Beast and stuff. Like I said, my Rainmaker. Your Rainmaker is the one you can go to. Again, the Rainmaker is the one you can go, and in case you just popped up, the Rainmaker is a product or a business or whatever that you can always go to get you a couple of dollars, because that's the biggest issue with what goes on with any creative venture, business or whatever, is funding. It's not like people will tell you, you got to this, and you got to come up with a business plan, you got to this, next. Look, the main thing is money. That's the main thing, is having some type of funding that that keeps you going. Because at the end of the day, it's like I've made posts about with those people that are like, this person started bootstrapped and started with nothing. How you starting with a $250,000 loan or more, a $300,000 loan, starting with nothing? How is that? And I understand it's a startup, but that's not starting from nothing. That's not starting from nothing. Because I tell you what, if I had $250,000 right now to finish my business stuff and to keep going with all that, I would not be talking to you in this position right now, because I would have burned through all my goofy shit and I would have hit where I needed to hit faster. So for people like us, especially at the bottom or just starting out, you have to figure out what your Rainmaker is that can keep you going, and it'll give you that little oomph. Whether it's you can share it and it'll get you through it. You can sell it and get you a couple of dollars that'll get you to buying some more art supplies. It'll buy you more time. It'll get you a hamburger or some tacos just to get you through. Find what your Rainmaker is. And if you got a product that seems like it may be a Rainmaker, you want to put some more time in it to get that rain to pop out. Because if not, you're going to have a hard time. Don't let these folks tell you it ain't about no money and stuff. Don't you let them tell you that, because you need money to pay artists. You need money to pay writers, however you doing it. You need money to buy art supplies. You need money to buy internet time to send out emails. You need money for that too. You need money for all of this stuff. We're not talking about money to be selfish and act a fool, because that's not what we're doing with money around here. That's not what we're doing. We using the money to change lives and to help people around us and to make things better. Donate to situations that's going on. Like even with that whole Mississippi thing, I found some spots to donate. Hopefully the money will get to them. You know how that go. But I was like, hopefully through my businesses, I've had some spots where I can donate a little something and everything. But that's what you need money for. And your Rainmaker will be the one that'll get you through some of that. Void Beast done took me all over the place. That was the one that first started, and that was the one that done took me all over this country as far as with books and people talking to me about stuff. So again, whether you just starting out, if you got one and you see it's walking in certain places that you can't, and it's getting you into certain conversations, use it. see if it can become your rainmaker, because your rainmaker is important. Your rainmaker is important. Or go ahead and put your stuff together and put it out there and see if that is going to be your rainmaker, because you're going to need it to get over some of these humps, and everything. Or if you're an artist, if commissions is your rainmaker, keep doing it. Keep doing it for the time being until it's time to move on to something else, because you need that income to save up and take you to the next level. Because there's not, like, even with me, like, I need to figure out. I got a couple of businesses. I got the books and some other stuff, real estate stuff and everything in the background. But it's like, okay, I need to be able to have something that's going to bring in more consistent money, so that I can focus more on my writing and stuff like that. Everybody go through it. It's everybody goes through it. But your rainmaker can get you out of it. So, what is your product, book, business, or whatever that can get you a little bit of money flowing in? Because that is your biggest issue with business. And art and everything, and writing and comic books and everything is still a business. That's the biggest issue, is getting funding. That is the biggest issue. And it ain't too many places you can just get loans for comic books and stuff like that. You could probably get some. You got to get a personal loan, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't get a personal loan and unless you're going to do a Kickstarter and you can get that money back and then pay that loan back and keep it going like that. That I've heard people do that, and I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at any way you do it, but either way, you got to make sure that your rainmaker is making it rain for you. It is bringing in some type of income. It can be small, it can be big, but if it's small, you can make it bigger. So that's all I got for now. I didn't have too much for the most part today. I'll talk about some more stuff Sunday and everything. I ain't been on the interwebs because throughout the week, I'm not actually on the internet. Like, I'm not on social as much as I should be through the week compared to like on the weekends and stuff. So certain things I don't see, but I know tomorrow folks gonna lose their mind about something with She-Hulk. Both sides. Like I said, with that, I'm just waiting. I'll wait until everything dies down and then I'll watch it and I'll go from there. But as far as that, I'll hear something. But yeah, figure out what your rainmaker is, what your product or what you can do that'll bring you in, that'll get income coming in, so that you can keep going at a steady pace. It may, and even if it's not steady, it'll slow down, it'll do whatever, but figure out what your rainmaker is. And the business psychologist guy I talked to, the first thing he told me was like, don't ever give up when it comes to business. He was like, don't give up. Never, 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 never give up when it comes to business. You're going to have a bunch of good days. You're going to have some really crappy ones, but do not give up. That's the main thing. He told me some other stuff, but I ain't telling y'all all that. I still got to get it together in my mind. But the main thing was don't give up and figure out you need a rainmaker. You need a rainmaker. You need a product or a skill or something that can bring money in. And like I said, mine would be Void Beast at the point. Out of all my books, Void Beast is the one that has done the best on Kickstarter. It's done the best at cons and stuff. But Andre is starting to catch up. And so is the Chaos. They're starting to catch up. It's just I don't have as many books, but I have 4 on Void Beast. It should have 5 or 6 sooner. But it's my rainmaker. It's the one that I know that I can go to sell stuff and get a couple of dollars to get me to the next project and to work on the next project. So figure out what your rainmaker is, and you can comment under here on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever one you listen to me on or watching this on. Comment what your rainmaker is or what you want to be your rainmaker. I want to see what y'all got going on and everything. So I just got done handling business and stuff, and I am going to eat and harass my family some more. But I will holler at y'all later. As always, go pre-order Void Beast Chapter 4 on AkachiComics.com. I appreciate all y'all that share it. I really do. I talk a lot of goofy shit and stuff all the time, but I appreciate y'all that share, pre-order, and rock with me because you guys are important. You guys are the ones I started doing all this for anyway. Like, I'm not really concerned about anybody that don't like me or don't like what I do. I talk about it, but I'm not really concerned. I'm concerned about the people that rock with me and support me through all of the shit. And then y'all talk to me. If y'all really have a problem, y'all really talk to me, whether it's on, most of y'all inbox me. And I appreciate that. The ones that really rock with me, they inbox me and we really talk about stuff. And then we talk in person, we talk in inboxes, we'll talk on the phone. And then we talk online too. We ain't trying to act like y'all ain't trying to act like y'all don't know me or try to act like y'all ain't gonna talk to me about some shit that don't even really affect nothing. This comic books, this shit don't really affect nothing. We're not gonna call each other. We're not gonna start talking too crazy and stuff. So yeah, go pre-order Void Beast Chapter 4. Let's do that, and I will holler at y'all later. Don't forget, comment what your rainmaker is, or comment what you want to be your rainmaker. Product, business, whatever. Comment on there and let me know what y'all got going on. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.